Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on Balboabtw. Instead of this video, I do want to talk about Fire Force Online because it is supposed to be coming out, I think, like next week or something. And I just want to do my own thoughts, opinions, and things like that. I haven't tested it that much. I'm only around like level 8. But I can pretty much tell you this game is not ready for release. Like, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I know Nectalum posted a video and he ranted about the game for like 30 minutes. I'm not gonna do all that. But yeah, the game, it's not ready. Like, nowhere near ready. I'm not gonna lie. And also, if you saw the trailer and you heard, oh, Fire Force Online is coming back after 2 years, and you expected a brand new game, and you expected them to like literally change everything about the game, no. As far as I can tell, in my own opinion, obviously, maybe if you're a veteran player, you'll hop in and have an excellent time. From my own personal experience, the only thing that I can tell is that they reworked some stuff, added very little new stuff, broke a lot of shit, and changed the UI. Because the UI, oh my, literally the last time the game came out, I looked at the UI and said I'm not playing a game with that UI and left. The UI is better, but it is still pretty shit. I'm not gonna lie, this whole game, if you played the last one, you might enjoy this one, but yeah, it's pretty much still the same thing. I'm not gonna lie. I will be dropping videos the day that it does come out. I will be dropping a guide for White Clad and things like that, right? But I'll tell you straight up, this game is not anywhere near ready for release. And honestly, I would not be surprised at all if you are a veteran player, if you're like, why the hell did I wait for this to come back? Because not much has changed at all. You guys can see right here, I am a White Clad. I go to buy the White Clad uniform, like any of them. You can't even buy uniforms right now. If you are a Fire Force, if you're a White Clad, you can't wear a uniform. And there's just a lot of other small bugs and things like that. Me personally, I rolled for Gen 5, which is apparently actually 1%. And with Gen 5, you're locked to Benimaru, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I only have one skill of Benimaru, but for 1%, this shit is not good at all. So yeah, I do believe Benimaru is new, but I'm not gonna lie, it's not worth it to spend your money in this, because why the hell do they have hair color rates? They have hair color rates. You got, like, that is the most diabolical thing I think I've ever seen. And not only that, it costs 75 Robux to change your hair color. That is actually insane to me. I'm like, that shit is actually just insane. I believe they are wiping everyone. If you did events, I believe you keep your event items. So the people that spent hours and hours and hours farming event items, I do believe you'll keep them. But you will still have to reprogress and do all that all over again. And this is still the progression. You tap on the main quest. It gives you this right here. You can do mission boards or you can do the phone. You go to the phone. The phone gives you a mission. You've been instructed to... You've been instructed to infect a civilian, right? I walk over to the civilian. I feel funny. He turns into an infernal and then I have to fight the infernal. And you guys will see how bad the first move for Benimaru is. Now, keep in mind, Benimaru is really cool, though, because when you get your last move changes your entire moveset, and you basically have two entirely different movesets. But this is basically the whole game. And I'm not gonna lie, there's definitely worse. You guys can see it has a counter system, which apparently only works for the NPCs. I'm not gonna lie, the counter system is very flawed for actual players. I don't know if it's just me, but I cannot land a counter for some reason, like ever. But yeah, they have like, I mean, it's not terrible. The combat is not the worst thing I've ever played, right? And I'm not even saying that just to say that. Like, genuinely, it's not the worst thing that I've ever played with as far as combat-wise, right? They have a jump M1, they have a down slam, they have a normal crit, you know, they have some other stuff. It's just certain things, bro. Like, why does this slide take me... I can't even slide now. Why does that slide take me so far? And then the down slam and just a lot of other shit in the game. It doesn't have pairing. It has a counter system, which I'm, like I said, 99% of the time will not work. And just a bunch of other things like that. At least for Whiteclad, your progression, I believe it's for literally everything in this game. Your progression is literally booting up that phone, walking to this, and Whiteclad by far has the hardest progression, by the way. I've seen like everything else, and everything else is just way easier. I don't know why Whiteclad has the hardest progression, but it just does. But yeah, you guys can see, this is basically the progression. Like, this is the quality of games in 2025. Like, this is what we're getting. Is it that bad? No, it's actually decently playable. But see, the counter for other fucking people is just brain dead. Like, for NPCs. And then when you actually go to counter, it will never work as a real player. Because all it is blocking an M1. And you guys saw I tried to do it right there. It doesn't work. I don't know why it doesn't work. The server's not even laggy or anything. This is like my ping. And it just doesn't work. Is this game ready for release? No. I honestly can easily say this game is nowhere near release. But apparently they're releasing in a week. I don't know how or why they would do that to themselves, because I'm telling you, if they release, you will see Revolver AGZ get flamed the fuck out of just like last time, because he lays the hell out of this game. And then it dropped, and everyone was in that live stream being like, yo, bro, why did you hype this up for 2 weeks just for it to be ass? It will happen the same exact way, and everyone knows it. Everyone knows. But yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. This game is not ready for release. You guys know. I'm not one to lie. Maybe they fix everything in the next week. I'm not saying necessarily that the game is bad. Honestly, I was PvPing with my friends and doing some things like that. And obviously, I'm a very low level right now, so I'm sure it does get better later on and things like that. But right now, this game is not ready for release. And honestly, for it being down for like 2 years, not much has really changed at all. Like, not much at all. The progression is still very brain dead, right? It doesn't tell you really anything, right? It kind of just, like, this game does not hold your hand at all, to the point where you basically might have to rely on a guide video or something like that to actually even just play this game in general. And I am being completely honest when I say that. I'm not saying that because I'm gonna post a guide and I want to farm views or anything. Like, when I hopped in this game, I instantly, okay, see, boom, the counter finally fucking worked. When I, like, loaded into this game, I instantly had to ask a dev, like, what do I do? Because I genuinely had no idea how to progress or anything like that. Because there's just, like, it's too much. But it's so little at the same time. Once when you actually get into your faction, it's easy, right? You just boot up the phone and you spam do phone missions. In my personal opinion, I hate that system. I don't know why games started doing that system where you boot up a phone or you boot up something and then you just instant queue into a mission. I've always hated that system. I don't know why they do that system. But at the same time, this game also has a mission board, and I have no idea how that shit works either. Honestly, progression-wise, I can tell you right now, this game is not going to feel good to progress through. I don't know what max level is, but simply put, it's not going to feel good to progress through. Maybe if you have friends, but honestly, the graphics and just a bunch of other shit, like, my counter doesn't fucking work. I've been trying to counter this whole time, and it literally, like, I am trying to counter right now, and that shit just M1'd. Why is that possible? But yeah, I would definitely say, if you guys are looking towards this game, and you guys watch the trailer, you watch, like, Revolver's video, Netlim's videos, Sage Z's video, and they were, like, low-key hyping it up. Netlim doesn't hype up shit, I'm lying. But if you guys watch Revolver's video, Sage Z's video, watch the trailer, heard about the game, anything like that, and you're like, oh, I remember playing that 2 years ago. I can't wait for it to come back out. It's going to be so much better. No. The core of the game is still the exact same. I'm not going to lie. Nothing really feels that different at all from what I remember 2 years ago. The game feels roughly the exact same. If you played it before and you enjoyed it, you will like the game. If you played it before and did not like it, you probably won't. Now, I am quite literally under the fucking map right now. That being said, all of that being said, the fact that it's not ready for release, I don't think personally that the combat and just a lot of other things for the game is a good thing. That being said, I do think this game will get a lot of players, and I do think that a certain fan base of it will enjoy it. The reason why I think it's going to get players is a very simple reason. Fire Force, new season, after years, finally came out, and people have been looking for a new game. That's the most simple reason. Will this game reach 30k, 40k players? I would not be surprised at all. Because, like I said, a lot of people are hyped for Fire Force right now. The anime literally just came back after like 4 years. Some people really did like this game, so they've probably been waiting for this game to come back. A lot of people have been looking for a new, like, unique anime game. Fire Force is pretty unique, and just a bunch of other shit. I think this game will do good, and I think it will do even better if they do lock in the next week or however long until release is, and actually fits a lot of the bugs and things like that. At the current moment, though, if they released, because they were supposed to release last week. If they released last week, this game would have been flamed by literally everyone. Because if it released right now, it would have been flamed by everyone. But maybe, just maybe, if they take a solid week, then release the game, actually fix some shit, maybe it'll do good. We'll kind of just have to wait and see. You guys can feel free to leave your own thoughts, opinions, things like that on the game. I'm not trying to just blindly hate on the game. I genuinely do think that this game will do good, and I think I will play this game. But there definitely is a lot that they need to work on, and just things like that in general. If you guys want to leave your own thoughts or anything like that inside the comment section down below, if you played the game before, you guys can feel free to leave your thoughts on, when you played it before 2 years ago, if you enjoyed it or things like that, if you're hyped for the game to come back, anything. But that is going to be it for me, and I'll see you guys inside the next one. Peace.